Welcome. My name is Eric, and this is a new series that I'm starting where I read speedrun notes to certain games. Um, the guides I am finding just on speedrun.com. I know you can go to their discords and everything to find probably some more in-depth notes, but these are from specifically from speedrun.com. The game I'm going to be playing this time is Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. This will be the complete edition, and for this category, the record is currently set at 7 hours and 29 minutes and 9 seconds. This is going to be the complete edition, normal, any percent category. The notes are by Keon Lion, and I apologize if I pronounced the name wrong. Um, but these are his notes, their notes, and the only differences I made to them were I just spaced out a couple of lines to make it a little bit easier for me to read. Um, what I might do is I might go through and I might just rewrite some notes or come up with some different strategies, and with the hopes of possibly speedrunning this game later, at least doing one complete run. Um, as of recording of this, I have completed the entire game, and I currently have it split up into I think 20 videos. I may condense that down just depending on how it goes. Uh, but just a little precursor to this. Um, the Digimon will end up at the end of this run, according to the notes, are going to be we're going to have two War Greymons, two Platinum Sukamons, an Inframon, and a Nightmon. And as we go through, explain the reasons why I suspect that we have each of them. But pretty much our final three that we're going to have for the final boss is going to be two War Greymons and a Platinum Sukamon. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. For now, let's go ahead and get this recording started, or we'll get the run started. Um, so it's a little bit of intro here at the beginning. You have Mirai kind of talking through it and everything. I won't talk during the entire time. I'll let some of it go. The point of this video is not to tell any of the story though. So um, there'll be little bits of story here and there, but for the most part, that's just going to be talking about the run itself. So here we get to choose between Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory. Obviously, we're doing Cyber Sleuth. The notes, I suspect, are for the original version. So you wouldn't be doing the settings right here. We'll do them later. But for the settings, we're setting the battle cutscenes to short, and we're going to set it to where Digimon do not follow us. That's going to reduce a little bit of lag, and also there's like little animations that the Digimon can do that can slow down, I suspect. I don't quite remember. I played this game maybe 2 times through before I decided to do this. So lots of cutscenes in this. I feel like one reason why this game isn't ran as much as I feel like it should be. It's a very fun game. I really enjoy this game. The options you can have for who you can have in your party are endless. There's so many different Digimon you can have, and so many different ways you can train them. There's a lot of different side quests. Replayability is incredible in this. And for Hacker's Memory as well. But yeah, like I was saying, one reason I feel like people don't run this game very much is because of the you can't skip the cutscenes, and there's a lot of cutscenes in this, and there's no way you can quickly get through mashing text. You'll see when that comes up. But there's a lot of notes in this that just say mash text. That's going to be a huge part of this run, is just the notes saying mash text. I'm going to keep that in because he does put in, they do put in a, they put in pretty much any spot where you're going to have to mash text. Even if it's like mash text, move forward a little bit, mash text again. They have that in there, and I think that's really good and everything, so I would leave that stuff in. So here you pretty much already get an idea on who the main characters are going to be. The little pink sprite is going to end up being, I think her name was Nokia. The blue box, little, I don't know, gremlin, Keebler elf kind of thing. Oh, I can't remember his name right now. And then Ioba is going to be our main character. Now, it does say in the notes that choosing the male option is faster. I haven't gone through enough to prove that. It also does say set your name to one character. I just set in my normal name that I use for games like this, Irk. I didn't really see any spot where setting it to one letter would be faster. So I'm not too sure about that. And with it being like up to a 9-hour run, I think the bottom time was like maybe a little over 9 hours, 9.5 hours, something like that. I don't think the size of your name matters too much, but if you want to save those extra fractions of a second, yeah, set to one letter. So yeah, you saw how long that first cutscene was, and now we did a few inputs, and now we're in for another long cutscene, traveling to Eden. The next time I play through this game, I will be doing it on console. Right now it's on PC. And my computer just currently can't handle some areas. My run speed was very slow in the Eden areas, in like the big cities, anywhere where there's multiple interactable sprites. So the next time I do this will be on console, which would save me a lot of time. But here's our main character, and you'll see right away that my character is not going to run very fast just because of how many things are going on the screen. So that's a computer issue. All it says in the notes right here is talk to set amount of people and then warp to open area. So what we're going to do, we're pretty much going to run around this entrance, the Eden entrance, and just talk to whoever. Just talk to a lot of people, and eventually it goes to a cutscene. When I did this, I pretty much I tried to just do like a big circle while talking to everyone. At least that was the plan. I'm going to get up here, I'm going to talk to this business guy, and then instead of going up the stairs, I thought to myself, this is going to be enough people if I just go and talk to... Yeah, you see right there, I decided to turn back and just talk to everyone on the way down. I thought maybe I'll save some time if I get down to the bottom. So I think there was one more. And then I realized I don't have enough people, so then I had to run all the way back up, and I think I just talked to this one guy at the top of the stairs here, and then it goes to the cutscene. So I don't know if there's like specific people you're supposed to talk to, or if it is talk to X amount of people. But I'll figure that out and I'll fix that in the notes. I'll be a little bit more specific. They just said talk to a set amount of people, so I'll just clarify that a little bit when I rewrite, if I rewrite these. So then we go into the open area and we learn about a keyword system, which isn't super important throughout this run. It's more important at the beginning of the run, but later on it doesn't become as useful. But what we're gonna do here, we're gonna get a keyword, and we're told that we need to go to the Kowloon area, which is gonna be our kind of main area that we go to battle and do all kinds of stuff. So we need to get the URL to get to the Kowloon area because we have no idea how to get there. So we talk to this business guy down here. Unfortunately, he doesn't have where we need to go. So we got to go back to the entrance. And there's this guy just close to the beginning is that hooded guy over on the left here. We're going to go talk to him. Give him our keyword. And then he gives us the URL to get to Kowloon level 1. So then we get another cutscene. For the life of me, can't remember his name right now. And I think her name is Nokia. So then we're gonna match some text, and it's where we learn who the main characters are. Okay, yeah, her name is Nokia. So this is the Kowloon Galacta Park, I think is what it's called. And we'll be coming back here pretty often. Arata. Okay, I was gonna say Akibo, and I knew that wasn't right. We got a few more main characters to get a little bit later, but we'll get there when we get there. So yeah, we're gonna mash some text a bit, and then we're gonna go and kind of run through this area just a little bit. Eventually get to the point where we choose our very first Digimon. It's kind of like a Pokemon system. which is a rock, paper, scissors. Um, so in Pokemon, you have your starters being fire, water, grass. In this, we have virus, vaccine, and data, where each one is strong against another one. So in a rock, paper, scissors kind of style, we're going to be choosing Hagurumon, the virus type, and really that doesn't matter too much. Who we pick doesn't matter. We can always get to the end result. Hagurumon is just going to make it a little bit faster to get the Platinum Sukamon. That's my reasoning on probably why we choose who we choose. Platinum Sukamon is going to be very handy because it has an ability where we get extra experience if we have it in our party. So we get 2 Platinum Sukamon because at some point we're going to be battling with both in our party in grinding sessions, so we can get levels real quickly. If I remember correctly, we have 2 big grinding sessions. But those are going to be future episodes. I'll let you all know whenever we get to those spots. Here we meet another kind of main character. You'll understand that a little bit later. So yeah, the choice in Digimon that we're going to have Hagurumon, Palmon, and Terriermon as our choices. I think my first playthrough of this, I chose, or my first, second, third, any casual playthrough I've ever done of this, I always pick Terriermon. Even from watching the Digimon series, Terriermon was my favorite of the 3, so... But yeah, you can see how slow it is even to master the text and all this. Here we get introduced to Digimon. Here's Terriermon, Palmon, and Hagurumon. Here, this guy is pretty much teaching us how to convert Digimon and the convert percentage and everything. I apparently wasn't paying too much attention to that. We do need to convert, or we have to scan. That's what it is. We have to scan a Koromon before we get to the end of this area to 100%. And if anyone's ever watched the series or knows much about Digimon, you know Koromon is going to digivolve into Agumon. That's how we're going to get one of our Wargreymon. So you saw the 3 Digimon got chased down. So now we're just going to move forward 2 steps, get into another cutscene, and step in to save it. And we find out who this ghastly boy is a little bit later. So yeah, it fits because Hagurumon ultimately can digivolve up to a Machine Dramon. So fighting next to a Machine Dramon, you know, just makes sense. So let's talk about what the notes say throughout all this. It has Kowloon listed as the area that we're in. Warp to Kowloon level 1. We did that match text, get Hagurumon, then battle. Really, Machine Dramon does all the work, so ideally what we would want to do, and I didn't do this, is we defend on the first turn. It's a little bit quicker. Machine Dramon attacks, and then we attack to get the last hit. So that would have been the ideal situation. So when I go through and kind of rewrite through these and everything, I'll just make sure to mention that. It just says battle. We could set it to auto battle and it would be fine, but I think it might be slightly quicker to defend, or it might be slightly quicker to auto battle. I don't know. I'll go through and I'll figure it out. Alright, so after the battle, we're supposed to go back to watch more cutscenes, then go forward. It sounds a little confusing, but really if you do exactly what it says, it actually makes sense. So I probably won't rewrite that line. So we just go back to the previous area. Get another cutscene. We meet some other big Digimon that anyone who's watched the series knows these two. Here, Nokia meets Agumon and Gabumon. And again, the point of this video isn't to talk about the story and everything. So I assume that people watching this video most likely have played the game. I won't give away like the full ending and everything, but these two end up becoming Nokia's partner Digimon. So just kind of looking ahead at what the next few things we're going to be doing are. After we're done with these cutscenes, we're going to be moving forward. I think there's another cutscene we'll get to at the end of this little screen. We're going to grab some 3 HP capsule C's in the only box in this area. And then as we're going, we want to get like I mentioned before, we want to get a 100% scan on Koromon. So we do want some battles. Here we get 2 Koromon. So each one gives me, I think, 25%. So we want to run into 4 Koromon total. So here's our A2. We're halfway there. So it shouldn't take too long, is what I thought to myself. Also, this gave me close to 0. It gave me 8 experience. During this early stage and everything, it's not worth it to battle. I think I'll go back and recheck all that and everything. But you could just get into the encounter and run away. You still get the scan. Sumemon, we don't need that. But yeah, so we don't need the experience in this beginning section. We just need the scan data. So you can just run through, get the encounters, run. It's not going to make that big of a difference. So here I'm trying to just force encounters, hoping that I get the Agumon. Or the Koromon, sorry. So that's Koromon number 3. And I think it's a Pabumon. And here I forget that I could just run. And it's safer to run too, because if you keep going into these battles with getting not a lot of experience, you do have a chance of dying if you are dumb and you just keep to the battles. But here I also discover the joys of auto battle. So now I get the idea, just run to the end. Almost. There we go. Now I'm running to the end. And I'm just gonna hopefully grind out a Koromon. And you will see this particular encounter a lot. Poyomon and Pabumon. I'll go through and I'll check like the encounter rate, because it seemed like it was more likely to get a Koromon encounter in that other area than it is here. Here I get a lot of Poyomon, a lot of Pabumon. Eventually I do get my 4th Koromon, get the 100%, and go through. But this is where I'll be running in circles for quite a while. Just kind of explain what's going to happen after this, and I'll go over it again. We are currently getting 100% scan Koromon before going into the next area. And then we are going to button mash, guard until scripted loss, and then button mash through every option. Don't save, button mash some more. A lot of these videos are going to be laid out to where whenever it says don't save, normally at the end of a chapter. But whenever it says don't save, I usually save it there for the sake of these videos, and that's where the videos will end. So we'll go all the way to this first save screen that I'm going to do, and that'll be the end of part 1 of this series. I think I get pretty close to 200% on both of those, the Pabumon and Poyomon. There we go. So the sigh of relief that I gave whenever I finally saw that and 100%, it was so good, because now I could just run to the next area. I was hesitant to run to that next area because I didn't know if it was a cutscene or not. I didn't remember, so I was really glad that I chose correctly. So here we kind of meet the main enemies of the game. Here in just a second, I'll let this play out for a minute. So that ghostly boy is going to be kind of a mystery throughout a lot of the game. You eventually learn who it is, but it takes quite a while. Alright, so here we meet the Eaters. And they're going to be sort of the antagonist of this game. Really both games, Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory, because if you know the stories of them, they kind of go side by side, just in different perspectives, different groups, going through the same events. And Arata has obviously a big role in this one, but he actually has a decent sized role in the other game as well. I don't remember if it was like a huge role, but I remember it being a decent sized role. Nokia you see every now and then in the other game. Our main character, I think you see him in passing a few times, but he doesn't really have a role besides that. So in this, we're just going to guard. We're not supposed to be able to do damage, so we'll just keep this going. And then we're just going to be button mashing a lot until it takes us to the save screen. But I think we meet I think we'll meet one more character before we get to the save screen. We'll meet the main detective person in the game, Mirai. So this is Mirai. She's gonna be, she's a detective, and pretty much recruits us to be a detective as well, work with her and her agency. And this kind of sets up what a lot of this game revolves around, is us being a part of the detective agency, figure out what's going on. And she uses us for our strange power that we have. She also makes the quote-unquote best coffee ever. Say that as I just drink my normal coffee. So here it does say mash through every option, and if you're not paying attention, which happens to me quite a bit in this, is I'll just keep mashing and I'll end up hitting the first option over and over again because I wasn't paying attention. But you do need to hit through all 3 options before it can progress through more text. Oh, it's Kyoko. Who's Mirai? Mirai is the woman at the Digiline. So, my bad. I said the wrong person. But anyway, here it says don't save, so obviously we're going to save. It's going to be the end of this particular video. Yeah, so that's going to be the end of this part. We'll go over the next little section, which is going to be, we're going to be visiting the digital line. We'll go back to Kowloon. And I think the next part will take us all the way through chapter 1. I don't remember for sure how I split up the videos and everything. But roughly, it's going to be roughly a chapter per video. But I will see you all next time. Don't forget, if you like content like this, please like and subscribe. If you want to see other games in this kind of style, leave a comment below. Let me know what kind of games you would like to see in this kind of style. It's my first time doing a video series like this, so just let me know what you think, and I'll see y'all next time.